Hello everybody, I'm Zhuangzi and I have bad news for your resume. You may have spent your whole life becoming useful to the wrong people. Today I'm gonna talk about Zhuangzi, also known as Zhuangzi, was an influential Chinese philosopher who lived around the 4th century BCE during the Warring States period, a period of great development in Chinese philosophy, the Hundred School of Thought. He's credited with writing, in part or in whole, a work known by his name, the Zhuangzi, which is one of the two foundational texts of Taoism alongside the Tao Te Ching. So let's jump into the content. Every modern system asks you the same question: what are you good for? College, school, your boss, your parents, and LinkedIn ask it every 5 seconds. Even your hobby get interrogated. You like painting, can you sell it? You like music, can you monetize it? You need rest, can you at least turn into productivity? Somewhere along the way, we start treating a human being like a startup, like a tool. If it can grow, scale, monetize, optimize, or impress someone, we call it useless. More than 2,000 years ago, a Chinese philosopher named Zhuangzi saw the problem. His answer is not work harder or quit your job and move into the mountain with a bamboo flute. He asked, what if the thing that makes you look useless is the thing that keeps you safe? Then there comes a very famous article called The Free and Easy Wandering. He begins it with one of the widest images in world literature. There's a fish so enormous that nobody knows how large it is. It transfers into the bird called the palm. Its back is like a mountain. Its wings are like the clouds across the sky. And when it flies south, it rises 90,000 miles into the air. Now a lot of people turn this into motivational content. Dream bigger, be the palm. Don't let small people limit you. However, this is not completely wrong. It misses the strangest part. The palm doesn't fly because it has confidence or vision board. It doesn't fly because it woke up at 5 a.m., drank cold brew, and posted a quote about discipline. The palm flies because it has wind. Massive wind, 9,000-mile wind. He said if the wind not deep enough, it can't carry the wings that large. This is one of the most honest things in Asian philosophy, because the world keep telling people your future entirely in your mindset. But he says skill requires condition. A great project needs resources. A larger life needs room. A bird with enormous wings can't fly in a room with a low ceiling. And no amount of manifesting change the ceiling. This doesn't mean ambition is fake. It means ambition without material condition becomes cruelty. Telling someone trapped by poverty, debt, violence, discrimination, or exhaustion to just think bigger is not wisdom. The poem teaches something more realistic. You need courage, but you also need wind. He gave us a cicada and the little dove. They laughed at the poem. They say, why when anyone fly 90,000 miles south? I jump up, land on a branch, fly around the bushes. What more do you need? This is where the text becomes dangerous, because it's tempting to say the small birds are looser, the poem is superior. But he's not writing a ranking chart. He's showing what happens when a creature mistakes his own skill for the skill of the universe. The cicada has a tiny word. The branch is enough. A few seconds in the air is enough. The poem lives a different world. Its journey requires months of preparation, enormous wind, and a horizon the cicada can imagine. The cicada is just a provincial. It thinks what I can imagine is all that is worth imagining. And we do this constantly. Someone wants to become a nurse, and someone say, why not become a lawyer? Someone wants a quiet life, and someone say, where's your ambition? Someone to make art. Someone say, what is the business model? The problem is not being small. It's assuming one kind of life is the only kind of life that counts. He not saying everyone should become a poem. He is saying stop using your little branch at the measuring stick for someone else's sky. Then there comes the part that feel like writing for modern society. Tell a story about a giant gourd, a man who grew a gourd so huge that it can hold an enormous amount of water. But he get frustrated. It's too big to use as a normal container, too awkward to hold, too strange to fit in the ordinary purpose of a gourd. So he smashed it. And he said, you idiot, why did you assume it had to be a bucket? Why not turn into the boat? That's a whole problem. The gourd was not useless. The man had a bucket-shaped imagination. And honestly, that's how a lot of institutions treat people. The school say you're not good at sitting still, you're the problem. The company say you're creative but not efficient enough, you're the problem. Families say you don't want the life we plan for you, the problem. And maybe you're not the problem. Maybe it's someone is trying to use a boat as a bucket. Then he tell another story. A carpenter sees a giant oak tree. Its trunk is twisted, its branches are crooked, its wood is useless for construction. No one wants to cut it down. And because no one can turn into lumber, the tree survives. It grew huge. People rest under it, animals shelter beneath it. It lives a long life because nobody can turn into someone else's project. Listen, he's not saying do nothing forever. He's saying the world often destroy what it finds useful. The useful tree get cut down, the useful animal gets worked to death. The useful employee get exhausted. The useful friend gets taken for granted. The useful kid get praised only when they perform. The useful person become available and then become available for the useful person become valuable and then become valuable for extraction. Oh, sorry, my light went off. But it's okay. That's why the useless tree is not laziness. It's protected space. It's a part of life that can't be immediately sold, measured, optimized, or exploited. Friendship is often useless. Grief is useless. Play is useless. Walking without destination is useless. Sitting under a tree and doing absolutely nothing is useless, and maybe that's exactly why they think keep us human. Now there is a real danger here. We should be honest about it. Our philosophy of inner freedom can become a lie when it ignores external oppression. You can't tell someone facing violent racism, poverty, censorship, exploitation, just become spiritually free. A peaceful man doesn't replace a fair law. A beautiful philosophy doesn't replace labor rights. A poem doesn't repeal a dictatorship. And he doesn't give us a full political program for building just a society. The criticism is fair, but that doesn't make him useless. Because politics can feel in the opposite direction too. A society can build institution, career system, and achievements, and still quietly turn every human being into a tool. His Zhuangzi is not a constitution, he's a smoke alarm. He goes off and when a society start asking only one question, what can we get out of you? Later in the chapter, he speaks about a deeper kind of freedom. He tells us about people who are not controlled by praise or blame. If the whole world applaud applauds them, they don't become addicted to applause. If the whole world criticizes them, they don't collapse. Then he described Liezi, a man who can ride the wind. That sounds pretty free, but he say Liezi still depends on the wind. He's free but only on the lease. And that's brilliant imaging for modern life. You can have a great job but depends on your employer. You can have a platform but depends on the algorithm. You can be famous but depends on the algorithm. You can be famous but depends on stranger continuing to care. You can build a personal brand but then spend your whole life feeding it. You can win but still owned by the thing that make you successful. So what is freedom? He's not saying you can live without food, money, whatever. That could be nonsense. He's asking a different question. Can you live without allowing one scoreboard to decide whether your life deserves to exist? Can you work without worshipping work? Can you seek recognition without being addicted to recognition? Can you make money without turning yourself into merchandise? Can you have ambition without becoming owned by ambition? Can you fight injustice without allowing hatred to become your entire identity? This is closer to what free and easy wandering means, not escaping the world, moving through without being captured by it. He doesn't tell us reality is easy. He knows pond needs a wind. He knows a small bird can imagine the great bird. He knows a useful tree get cut down. He knows the person who rides the wind still depends on the wind. This is not self-comfort. It's a refusal to lie about how freedom works. Freedom is not pretending you have no condition. Freedom is understanding your condition and refusing to let them become your entire soul. So the question is not I'm useful, it's useful to whom, useful for what, and what part of me should remain beyond use. Because the light that is useful to everyone eventually belongs to everyone except itself, and perhaps that's Zhuangzi's warning. You're allowed to build, work, achieve, and fly, but they become so useful that you forgot how to live. You're not a tool. You're not a resume. You're not a product waiting to be optimized. Sometimes the most radical thing you can do is to refuse to let the world decide what you are for. Yeah, so that's the meaning of his article, Free and Easy Rendering. That's every Chinese know, and there's other stories that's very interesting worth sharing. Maybe another day. But thanks for listening. If you have any thoughts or opinion, you can leave in the comment. We can discuss about it, and I'll make more content in the following days as soon as possible. Thank you for tonight. Bye.